Hey everybody, Chad Taylor here coming at you live. We are going to cover a big deal. Today is the day that Donald Trump announced that there's a sixth branch of the government that he's going to be starting, or however that works, called the Space Force. So instead of the Air Force, now we have the Space Force. Now, I want to explain this is a bigger deal than I think most people even realize. And I saw this on the news earlier today, and I realized I had to put out a video on this subject because it is a very, very big deal. Now, let me make sure I am live here. So let me make sure I am up and running. Yep, we're up and running. And so let me cover this video. If you guys haven't seen this, this is a 2-minute video of about a 15-minute talk that President Trump did. And let's just check it out here.
Very importantly, I'm hereby directing the Department of Defense and Pentagon to immediately begin the process necessary to establish a Space Force as the sixth branch of the armed forces. That's a big statement. We are going to have the Air Force and we are going to have the Space Force, separate but equal. It is going to be something so important. General Dunford, if you would carry that assignment out, I would be very greatly honored also. Where's General Dunford? General? Got it? Let's go get it, General. But that's the importance that we give it. We're going to have the Space Force. 1 year ago, I revived the National Space Council and put exactly the right man in charge, and that's our friend, Mike Pence. Feels very strongly about this. And in December, I signed a historic directive that will return Americans to the moon for the first time since 1972. If you
No, they won't. So, I had to put the headphones on. So no, they won't return men to the moon. And this is my predictions for all of this. This is just me talking here. So today is June 18th, 2018. Might be June 19th by the time this comes out. It's just after midnight or roughly midnight. So 2018 here. So I know that there will never be a moon mission again. There will never be a person going to Mars again because the technology we have to catch frauds and to catch video mistakes is so great that there's so many professionals that can catch things on video that they can't fake it anymore. So there's going to be delay after delay. There's going to be issues. Maybe a space shuttle has problems. Maybe one has a meltdown. Maybe there's a blow up or something. There's going to be reasons why they can't go to the moon again because they can't fake it again this time. Because they would get caught easily. So there won't be any moon missions. There won't be any Mars missions. They can't do that because it would be easily caught to be a fake. So there's got to be excuses why it's not going to happen. They'll promise that it's going to. It's looking like it is. Then there's going to be budget cuts, or then there's going to be a disaster like, just like that one Challenger exploding and how everybody happened to survive they were found. So they weren't actually on the shuttle. So there'll be something along those lines. There's reasons why it won't happen. And so let's keep going.
can believe that.
Yeah, I can't believe that. So.
Always remembering it's about that, but it's also about jobs and the economy.
Okay, now, so regarding starting up a whole nother, basically, I view this as NASA except with way more funding. So yeah, it's not talking about NASA, but it's just, think of that, an expansion of NASA. Space was already militarized, so this is just making it even more official. So creating jobs. Well, I'm all for jobs. I'm a small business owner. I'm absolutely all for jobs. But what this is another branch of the military. Who funds that? Well, the taxpayers fund that, right? So the taxpayers are going to fund, apparently, this space agency, so that it's going to cost billions and billions and into the trillions of dollars over the handful of however many years. So you're talking a huge amount of money. So the taxpayers are funding these things, and that are going to wind up doing no purpose except for being more fraudulent and being more fake and more phony and getting you to believe in a lie that does not exist. So these billion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar contraptions fly up, turn sideways, and fly off into the distance and wind up landing on an icy graveyard. That's where they wind up, serving absolutely no purpose. Yet the people in the control room, all they do is fly their... They may think that they're flying that. There's only have to be a handful of people in on it. So the people in the control room wind up flying a computer program after they lose contact over the Indian Ocean conveniently. So that's when the program takes over, I'm sure. They're flying their program off into who knows where, that they think that they're flying it, when in reality, that multi-billion-dollar magnificent piece of machinery winds up in a cold, desolate land that you cannot go to. So the taxpayers are funding this. It's going to provide jobs for machines that do absolutely no purpose except for just promote a lie that does not exist. This is absolute, total fraudulence. Any kind of craft that could actually do what they say they're gonna do, it would be like an Area 51 type machine. The general public and Joe Blow of these military people would have no part in that. So it's just, the rockets you see flying up, it's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. All it is just a charade, and it's a show for some kind of purpose. There's some kind of purpose this is going to serve. So yeah, provide jobs, sure, whatever. It's just a wasteful money. It's all this is, on the burden on the taxpayers. That the taxpayers, if they actually knew what was going on, just like most of these things, we'd be up in arms. But most people are oblivious to this and how this is just serving a very evil, wicked purpose. And I don't even know if Trump's aware of all this. I have no idea. He may or may not be. I don't know. If you're Joe Blow watching this video, you may go, well, this sounds great. Yeah, sure, going to the moon. Going to this space thing. But when you realize you can't land on the moon, when you realize that it is way, 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 way closer and way smaller than we're told, that you can, if they supposedly could fly to the moon, that with the technology you and I have access to right now, we would be able to watch the thing with nice telescopes go there, because it is so close and so small that we could see that, and they can't. And this is all just nonsense. So anyway, let's move on. Oh man, where was I?
Base Council, and put exactly the right man in charge, and that's our friend Mike Pence. Feels very strongly about this. And in December, I signed a historic directive that will return Americans to the moon for the first time since 1972, if you can believe that.
My bad. I backed up a little bit. Sorry.
Always remembering it's about that, but it's also about jobs and the economy. This is a great thing we're doing. This time we will do more than plant our flag and leave our footprints. We will establish a long-term presence, expand our economy, and build the foundation for an eventual mission to Mars, which is actually going to happen very quickly.
No, it won't. No, it will not. So, where was I? So, yeah, no, it will not happen very quickly. It will not happen at all. It'll be delay, setback. It's going to serve some kind of purpose. I don't know what the purpose is. But check this out. So, this is a really important video. And I'll leave links in the description for all this stuff too. Check this video out. So, this one here. Watch this. So, this is some video that, so the title of this video, this is exactly how NASA fakes everything. So, this is almost 10.5 minutes in. I'll leave links to all this. So, check this out. Here you go.
They're talking live feed, and we have a astronaut go by us in the background, obviously trying to give it a more realistic, spacey, station busy effect.
So this is in
the only problem
reverse.
is the camera that was supposed to mask this harness out, or the video feed, is not working. And so we see the guy come flying along in a harness on his wires. Pretty amazing. But that's not all that goes wrong here. Okay, so you see to the right, this guy's flipping this hat. This hat's actually on another video channel in 3D space. It's virtual reality. They're wearing augmented contact lenses so that they can interact with these 3D objects. Now, in this scene, the guy on the left in the green shirt, he thinks he sees an object in 3D space that's being broadcast to him. So he grabs it and he puts it off to the side. He's looking straight ahead because he's looking at an object rotating in front of him, but the video channel is down that is supposed to show the viewers what we're supposed to see.
Yeah, look at the guy's eyes.
And so we don't actually get to see the object that he is seeing. And I would just sum this up as a very terrible, bad, horrible day for NASA doing live feeds. Hey, Tim, you still there? Yeah.
Here, just bear with me.
Can you
Watch.
explain to us what this astronaut's going through as he sees something with his eyes in 3D space, but it's not actually there being broadcast to the public? What's going through this astronaut's mind?
This system is sending signals to the brain that doesn't really match your eyes, and so your brain's trying to work out the two differences.
Here's the thing. As much fun as this was, there is a time coming when you and I will not be able to tell the difference, and space has not changed. Technology to fake space has gotten better. Just because Adobe gets a massive update to Photoshop or After Effects, or there's a massive update at Telemetrics and their virtual reality, augmented virtual reality programming, that does not advance us magically 20 years in space. Space has not changed. It's flat. It's above us. It's dimensional, and we cannot orbit Earth.
Okay, so let me go back here. So what that was really getting to is and this is just a small little taste. This is a much longer video. I encourage you guys, go down to the link in the description, click on that, watch the whole video, because there's so many places where, let's say, what NASA's kind of famous for in classrooms is they'll do a live little broadcast and make a big deal out of it. See, look, they are actually in the space station, orbiting the Earth, because look, we can communicate with them. And it looks like they have zero gravity. Look, they can spin their hat or spin their microphone or have a little water bubble go wherever. Well, what this all is, like he was talking about, is this augmented reality or virtual reality stuff where the person with their fancy contact lenses, they can see the computer like a simulation in front of them and see that there's an object there, and the computer in real time put something there so it looks like there's something there. So it's virtual reality where it can look like I'm holding a cheeseburger right here. Like right now with this kind of technology, I could have it look like I'm holding a cheeseburger in my hands, move it around, and it follows me around. Okay? But what this is showing, what lots of videos show, is that there's glitches, that there's things where the computer and everything, there's little glitches that people catch. And so, for instance, like say if, watch this, watch me. If my head were to go here, and then it disappears, and I go, oh, well, that's a mistake because I'm broadcasting live. This is 100% live, and there's a mistake because there's a mask right here. Okay, you can see that. Well, in real life, if NASA and their space missions and all this stuff was real, there would never be issues. There would never be fraudulent things being seen like that because it would be real. But why do all these little imperfections and like, whoa, what happened there? All these glitches where it's video effects. You're seeing 100% video effects that are in real time. So they got computers doing their trickery, and they got teams of people somewhere, working with all this at the same time. And so what my point of showing this all together was, if you can throw massive funding at something with space and especially the United States government and military stuff, like this guy said, all of this computing technology and all these capabilities are going to get so advanced that you and I won't be able to tell the difference. You know, you throw billions or trillions of dollars into all this kind of stuff, you can fake just about anything. And so this is kind of what really comes to my mind. So that we're going to see, this is what I see happening, is there is going to be no missions to Mars or to the moon or wherever, because they can't fake that. People would see that, especially in the next year or something. Technology is not going to be that advanced in the next year, but you give this 10 or 20 years, it might be a different story. Let's see here. And there's going to be reasons for setbacks on that. And then, oh man, what was some other things? Just some things that came to my mind. And then you're going to see other shows where there's more rockets and stuff shot off into the distance. They never go straight. There is not a single video of a rocket going straight up into space. Never has been a video where it continues onward and it goes out of your sight. Never, ever has happened. Why is that? Why does it always, the rocket goes up and turns this way and continues on out of your sight that way? Just to wind up landing on a piece of ice. It's in my book. Check it out. wherearewethebook.com. But anyway, yeah. Just so you know, this is a big, big deal. Just total fraudulence. I have no idea. I mean, I voted for Trump. I have no idea if he's aware of this or not. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, Chad Taylor here signing out. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. We'll catch you on the next one.